Today we are going to put together our homeschool portfolio for the year. Well, I am. And I encourage you to join us so you can be inspired, encouraged, and put your mind at ease as you prepare to meet some of your state homeschool requirements. My name is Leilani, and this is our channel, Living with Eve. I am first a homeschool mom, but I am also a homeschool evaluator for the state of Florida. Now here's a disclaimer. Make sure that you check your homeschool requirement laws for your state to see what you need to do. I know Florida, so I'm gonna put a link to a video about the Florida laws, and I'm also in the description box down below going to put a link to a playlist that will lead you to some other moms and homeschool evaluators that also have videos to share their homeschool laws in their state. So grab your cup of coffee or tea and let's get started. Last year, I literally threw everything in the box. So first, I have to separate it by child. I have now organized into trash, not sure what to do with yet pile, Hannah's pile, Isaac, loose papers, and Ethan's pile. Now I need to go through loose papers. I'm gonna decide if it's important enough to keep or not. So apparently what I did is I just lumped together the months of April, May, June, and July, mixed all three kids together, and threw it in the box. It's gonna be a long night. So after I divided up all their work by child, I'm now gonna take one of my kids and grab a divider and divide it up by subjects. So I've got language arts, math, science, history, and other. I kept it super, super simple, and I'm keeping in mind that the evaluator or state, what they're usually looking for is that there's improvement. Now just check with your state to make sure that's what they're looking for, but that's what Florida is looking for. So now I am gonna go through their work and pull out all of their math assignments. I'm going to check to make sure they're all dated and that they're in date order, and I'm choosing not to put all of them in the folder. I mean, you can if you want to put them all in the folder. That's up to you. I'm not. When I worked for a Title I school, what we did is we created portfolios for students, and on average we put 2 sample copies of work per subject per month in the portfolio. And that was enough to show improvement. I think, it's up to you however you want it. I'm just gonna pick the ones that I think display their work the best, since, they got all hundreds on everything, because they're perfect. Cut here and show you a way that you can make this a lot easier. Let me show you what I'm doing this year to make my life a little bit more easy so it doesn't take me so much time to put together. Look, I'm just trying to be real. I'm not here to show you a nice, pretty, perfect portfolio that has flowers and drawings all over it. No, I'm being practical. We don't have time for that. Our job is to homeschool and take care of our kids. And when we have to do this portfolio, we want to be like, here, look, this is the work they did. Right? So for each and every subject, I created a folder of their work. When you open it up, I didn't collect all of their work, but I picked the work that I felt showcased their ability and what they learned. Then over here in the pocket, I put a photocopy of the front page as well as who wrote it, and then I also put the table of contents. And I continue to fill up the folder with what I think needs to be in here as the year goes on. I have copy work, math, this is from their co-op, this is from another co-op, and what's nice is I went ahead and I put the syllabus that the teacher provided in the front, as well as the name of the textbook. More copy work, spelling, and then for his IEW creative writing, I have a nice little creative writing portfolio that just has his final copies of his work in here. Which I'm probably gonna keep this, maybe, unless I declutter it. I also have vocabulary in a journal, and what I did with this is I just stapled a copy right here folded it, stuck it in. It has the title page as well as the table of contents on the back. And once again, all his work is inside of here, dated and put together very nicely. Then at the end of the year, all I really have to do is say, here's their portfolio. And you can make a portfolio like that as well. Just to keep in mind, I don't know other states, but I do know that the state of Florida says that the contents of the portfolio is established and determined by the parent. So really, I'm not here to tell you how to make a portfolio. I'm here to share with you how we do it, and hopefully you can glean from that. Okay, so now back to the portfolio I'm making now. Or made last night, because that's when I filmed it. So one of my sons worked from 2 curriculums this year. He finished up the 3rd level and then started the 4th level. Because you can do that when you're homeschooling. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in my binder according to date order, and then I'm gonna create a table of contents. Nothing fancy, I'm gonna handwrite it. I'm gonna label the level, the curriculum, and the dates in which he completed it. And it's that simple. Now, history is not as straightforward because we have a lot of really fun projects that I want to include in the portfolio, and this is where it gets interesting. I have to decide if I want to keep them, and I want to keep them in the portfolio. They're really cool. So I'm just going to take these and stick them in the back of the portfolio. He did a really cool Civil War project. And then his binder. So let's just stick this in the notebook and put the rest of it in the back. Here we go. History is done. I labeled everything he did, whether it's a notebook, whether it's a project, or whether it's just a field trip. Now, language arts. Language arts is divided into a bunch of subcategories, but I am gonna stick it all in the same division spot in the binder. I mean, I have everything from a language arts notebook, to handwriting, to vocabulary. We did IEW. So I'm just gonna list them in the table of contents. Now, some of these, I don't wanna go through and start tearing out pages. I don't really need to. So for example, this vocabulary book, I've got it dated. I'm just gonna stick it in my pile of projects. Same with his language art notebook that he put together. I've got him dated. I'm gonna stick this in a pile of projects. And I guess the rest I can go ahead and just put in the binder. And here we go, language arts is done. Now I do have a reading log, but it's digital, so I have to print that out, and when I print it out, I am gonna stick it in the very, very front of my language arts section. Science is super easy. He took it at the co-op, he took anatomy, physiology. It's all kept in a nice binder. I have a choice. I can keep it in the binder, or I can just take out sample copies and throw in there. I'm gonna take out sample copies and throw in there because that's what I wanna do, and I'm the parent. I'm not gonna save this. It's a memory. And here we have it, his homeschool portfolio. You open it up, you have a table of contents listing the curriculums that we used, a book list, the rest of his language arts, spelling, critical thinking, as well as comprehension and writing. Then we have our math section. We also have science, which was anatomy this year. And then we have our history and mapping skills. And then I have other, which is consisting of his projects, his art folder, piano, some vocabulary. Right now, check out this video if you live in the state of Florida so you can see what our Florida laws are, as well as I have a live stream that I did where I answer questions about how to make a portfolio. And down in the description box below, don't forget I do have a playlist that's going to link you up to some other ladies from other states that talk about their requirements. I'll see you in our next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share. Bye!